Thank you.
Have a good dentist.
Fernando, tiene un momentito, por favor. You see working out with your son from the beginning up to now. Are there still moments where you're like, you sit back and you say to yourself, man, you know, he's doing so well, more than what I expected?
Really, I didn't know what to expect. You know what I mean? Because, you know, when I started boxing, it was just me. And then, you know, I didn't know. Well, let me just give you this. I knew my boys had athleticism like a motherfucker, and I'll tell you why. I would put them into football, and if they did not score minimum 3 touchdowns each, Junior and Amado, there wasn't a game. So, Emiliano never got into sports until he found. I took him to some boxing fights and he saw amateur boxing and he said that he wanted to do that. And I took him up to school, and the rest is history. Here we are. I mean, he's very dedicated. He's a full-time athlete. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't do drugs. So you know, he's a 100% athlete all the time, and he's always ready to go. So I'm super proud of him. I'm super proud of all my boys too. Junior and Amado too, definitely. You know, they're doing amazing now, and you know, they're listening to what I tell them to do, and you know, and it shows.
And do you like the pace that his career is going now? Not too fast, but not too slow either, but staying busy throughout.
Look, everybody criticizes me that I fought lions too quickly, and then you know they get mad at Emiliano because supposedly he's fighting bums. You can't please everybody. You can't please the boxing fans because people are always going to talk whether they like you or don't. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we're doing our jobs, and we're doing our job, and what we do. What we're doing is doing a professional job. We're doing a job that we're going slowly but surely. And at the end of the day, you know what? Like I said, you can't please everybody, and you're not going to please everybody. So why even try?
Yeah.
Was it always the plan to become their trainer, or did it evolve?
So when Emiliano told me he wanted to start boxing, I said, well, I'm not going to have somebody else train him. I'm going to train him. And so then the other two saw Emiliano's success as that he was winning nationals, and you know, and they started following suit. And you know, I trained them. I trained all my boys from the school of what school do I have? The schooling from my jefe, Senor Eduardo Garcia, Robert Garcia's dad, that trained me, and since I was 12 years old, and I talked to him regularly, and you know, I also trained with Floyd Senior, for a little bit as a professional, and I learned a lot of new stuff too. So I kind of implement certain things as a trainer to my boys. So it's something that I do.
How would you briefly describe your training philosophy, boiling it down? Good sentence.
Intelligence first, because intelligence beats strength, beats pressure, beats punches and bunches. You gotta, if you're smart and you know how to, catch punches, make punches miss, then you're the complete fighter.
How do you balance your time with all three at a very high level at this point early in their careers? That's got to be tough some days.
Luckily, I make sure that they come in their own hour. Emiliano comes in at 11, Junior comes in at 12, Howard comes in at 1, or they call me and the day before that they want to sleep in, so I let them sleep, but because rest is key. You can't beat a dead horse. So, my boys are doing amazing. I'm proud of them, and I want to be there every step of the way to make sure they get where they want to get.
How do you establish that line between trainer and father? Because everybody does it differently. Everybody has their own method. What is your method of how you establish that fine line?
Well, look, my boys know that I've been at the top of the top and the highest of the highest, and as a 3-time world champion, youngest in the junior middleweight division to do so. 21 years, 5 days. I'll be 5 world champions, Zero Boy Campa, Raul Marquez, Winky, Red Eye, Corte, Javier Castillo, and the four Hall of Famers and world champions that beat me didn't walk away saying it was easy because I was in there as well. So my boys know that I know what I'm talking about. Now, you know, like I said, I became a trainer because of Emiliano, so I learned a lot. Me training just Emiliano because he's the one that wanted us to box, and he started winning tournaments, and then the other boys were like, well, I want to do it too, so they followed suit, and here we are.
All right, thank you, Fernando, for
You
your
should be
time.
proud of it.
I'm very.